This is a hard question, and I will use x1, x2, x9, x10 to represent these 10 numbers. So the first relationship is that the sum, because they give you the mean of the lowest 9 scores, is 42, which means that x1 plus x2 all the way to x9 is 9 times 42. And then similarly here, x2 plus x3, because we're looking at the 9 highest scores, would be equal to 9 times 47. So if I subtract the top from the bottom, you'll notice this piece is that, which means I will get x10 minus x1 is 9 times 47 minus 9 times 42. If I factor out a 9, I get a difference of 5 or 45. So x10 is x1 plus 45. So we're looking at the maximum possible mean, which would be x1 plus x2 x9 to x10 over 10. There are 10 numbers. This piece we already know is 9 times 42, so we're really just looking for maximizing this and minimizing it. So really it's about x10, x sub 10. So what's the maximum it could be? Well, you'll notice that the average of the highest 9 is 47, so the highest would be, actually no, the other way I have to think. So if I look at this relationship and I want to maximize x sub 10, I need to make x1 as large as possible. Now if I know that the average of the lowest scores is 42, 42 is the most I can make x1. It cannot exceed, because if it exceeds 42, the average, this condition won't be satisfied. I mean, imagine if this was 45, all these numbers would exceed 45 and their average will not be 42. So the best I can do here is that it's 42. So in that case, the x10 max is 87. Now what's the least I can do? We have this constraint that the largest 9 numbers, the average is 47. So here, the least I can make is 47, because if it goes lower than 47 and all of the other numbers are less than 47, then I would not be able to get an average of 47. So that's the least. And note, the difference in the min and max averages would just be this, because this piece drops out divided by 10. So we're looking for this difference, which is 47. So not 47, it's 40. 87 minus 40, 47. And so that's the difference between the maximum possible mean and the minimum possible mean. I mean, you don't have to compute it, because that's additional work, and that's why I wrote it this way, is if you calculated it for the least and the max values and you subtracted it, this is what you would get for the question. So the answer is 4, B. It is a hard question, and in the exam I can easily see getting wrapped up in the logic, and so I would probably also set this aside for the later part of the exam. But yeah, it is a difficult question.